Hi everyone, Karen here from Holistic Essentials, bringing to you this week's energy forecast for the 2nd of March through until the 8th of March 2026. This is my first energy forecast for 2026, and we have officially entered the year of the fire horse. And this energy is bold, it's independent, and it's transformative. It's life-changing. It is a catalyst for so many of us to shift into a new vibration, a new frequency, to align ourselves more intentionally to our values, to our dreams, to our the word principles is coming through. What are your principles? What are the principles through which you choose to live your life by? And this is what the fire horse energy is asking for us. We also have this week, we experience a powerful Blood Moon Lunar Eclipse in Virgo on the 3rd of March. We have well and truly entered into the eclipse portal. Now, eclipses are karmic turning points, and blood moons bring a culmination and emotional truth of what this year actually is going to be about. Virgo governs perfectionism, self-criticism, service, and our daily habits. So under this full moon, you may feel emotional clarity, awareness of overgiving, the desire to simplify, the need also to honor your nervous system. Now, we talk about the nervous system a lot. It's becoming, I guess, one of the flash words, isn't it? You know, as a Reiki practitioner, master teacher for 30 years, you know, the nervous system is something that we've talked about for a very long time. What we're learning to understand, however, is how the external world impacts our nervous system. And it activates your fight or flight, your freeze. And it's time for you to, especially under this lunar eclipse, it's time for you to recognize, pay attention, to have that observation, the mindfulness of being aware of what sets off your nervous system. You know, for me personally, having too deep a tissue massage can fully activate my nervous system because that's how sensitive my nervous system is. Perhaps it's things that you're seeing in social media. Perhaps there's people around you that are not conducive to your nervous system. And it's about recognizing how to self-regulate and self-soothe. So there is the need to honor your nervous system, and this is purification. Adding to this, the asteroid Pallas Athena is activated, and she brings this frequency, this energy, this presence, brings strategic wisdom and pattern recognition into your awareness. So you may suddenly see something more clearly in your life. You may recognize behaviors and patterns that you have previously rationalized. And we're all very good at rationalizing that, aren't we? Because our mind wants to make sense of what's happening, especially if it's harmful or hurtful to you, whether that's emotionally, whether that's for your own safety. We also have, under this lunar eclipse in Virgo, we also have Mercury in retrograde, which is amplifying our subconscious programming. So this is a really powerful time to journal, to rewrite limiting beliefs, to release vows of self-sacrifice, which is something that we work on in Theta Healing, to reclaim your voice. We also have Saturn and Neptune in Aries, so we are being asked to bring intention to our dreams. You know, this is a highly intuitive and psychic connection and revelation. Our dreams are speaking to us. So have a dream book beside your bed, perhaps going to bed with the intention of having clarity or receiving clarity and guidance within your dream space. Reclaim your voice. Uranus in Gemini is also accelerating mental upgrades. There's so much that is coming to the surface. Truths are being revealed. The truths are uncomfortable. The truths are well and truly, I want to say, timely. It's time that humanity were given the respect and the honor of truth. You know, we're going to see more and more celebrities, more and more people in positions of power, even people high up in the spiritual communities. More truths are coming to light and more people are going to fall from grace. And in a time of instant access to information, it can no longer be hidden. There's also the invitation to, I want to say, to be discerning and mindful of where the distractions are. When there is a lot of noise over here, there's usually something going on underhanded over here. Where are we being distracted deliberately in order to stop asking questions, to stop demanding the truth? It's like, here's this bright, shiny object. Here's your consolation prize. So it's more important than ever that we are discerning. Continue to ask questions. Question what is delivered to you. Question what you see. Spend time connecting intentionally with your own inner wisdom, your own intuition, your own higher self and source consciousness for the answers that you seek. This is not a floating week, to be sure. This is fire, it's clarity and embodied leadership. So if this resonates with you, I invite you to comment below what it is that you are releasing under this eclipse. Additional energy insights for the week ahead. You know, when these powerful moons that we are experiencing, the shift in the cosmos, we are transforming on a cellular level humanity. And I feel like, you know, especially for me and my personal journey, I feel like so much of this has been happening since 2012, even before that. And I just think that everything that happens is a way to accelerate, a way to support humanity in ascending to the highest versions of ourselves. And I think that's a beautiful insight and question that you can ask yourself each day. What is one action that I can take today that will support me in being the truest version of myself? Ask yourself, is this how I want to show up in the world? Is this what I want to experience in my life? Anunnaki light codes. Anunnaki light codes. This is really powerful. Energetic shift, new information, end of a cycle. And isn't it just that? Because we have entered into a 1 year in numerology 2026. And this isn't a time to, again, realign your actions to be equivalent to how you are wanting to live your life. And also taking aligned, inspired action. We don't want to be pushing from a feeling or a sense of fear, of scarcity, of lack, of hopelessness. And let's be honest, that's what mainstream media is wanting us to experience. That's what it's promoting. That is the easiest way to control the masses. And so this is your opportunity to take back your own sovereign power and making intentional, consciously aligned decisions each day for yourself. Practicing gratitude, coming from a space of appreciation, counting your blessings, doing things that light you up. What brings you joy? Might be singing, might be painting, it might be playing music, it might be playing with your grandchildren, it might be playing with your children, it might be with your fur babies out in nature. Whatever it is, do more of what lights you up. It naturally raises your frequency and your vibration. We want to be aligning ourselves to joy and gratitude and love. That doesn't mean that we are ignorant of what is happening in the world around us. It doesn't mean that we don't have empathy or consideration for what's happening in the world around us, but it allows us to be of the world and not having the world drag us down into a state of a lower vibration. For our heart's wisdom this week, Chamber of Protection. I love this. I love this. What is your protection process? For me, I use essential oils like white angelica. That is of a high vibration. I use essential oils that are of a high vibration. Each day I intentionally request that the angels of protection from the creator of all that is surround me in all that I am and all that I do. Perhaps for you it may be a loved one in spirit. Perhaps it may be visualizing yourself surrounded in a sphere of incredibly vibrant white light. How are you protecting your sacred energy? How are you protecting yourself? This is so powerful. How are you protecting your energy? Again, your nervous system. You can control what you are exposed to, right? What are you listening to? What are you watching? How are you feeding your soul? It's so important to feed your soul. And the more that you feed your soul, the higher your vibration. Goddess support for the week ahead. Who is the goddess that chooses to walk with us in the week ahead? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, the goddess Morrigan. Powerful, powerful goddess to be supporting us in the week ahead. She is the phantom queen of fate and insight and beckons you to embrace the transformative power of the shadows. So aligned. Channel your inner strength and embrace the transformative power of change with courage and wisdom. your shadow is not something to be afraid of. When we can bring all aspects of ourselves into the light of our hearts through the lens of compassion and love and appreciation and acceptance of all that we are, every journey, every experience, every learning that you have had in your life so far has led you to be exactly where you are right now. So when we can allow ourselves to embody all aspects of who we are, and those aspects that we name or shame as shadow aspects, when we can bring them into our hearts, into a sense and place of wholeness, then the external shadow cannot touch you as deeply or at all. So there is power in embodying and honoring the shadow aspects of yourself, those aspects that you judge, that you find difficult or hard to accept, those aspects of yourself that are hidden within layers of shame. This is the time to do the inner work because you are worthy and deserving of that. So invite her into your practices. Invite her to work with you in this week ahead into your meditations. Thank her for revealing to you the wisdom and the strength that she has available and is wanting to offer to you. What a week ahead, hey? What a year ahead. It's definitely going to be an interesting show. But remember, it's a show. Be discerning of what you get drawn into. Honor yourself daily. Do all that brings you joy. And try to not get caught up in it all. Because all it will do is drag you down. It'll lower your vibration. It'll lower your energy. So observe with discernment and have balance and harmony in all that you are doing. If you would like to experience deeper support, my Awaken one-to-one mentoring program includes beliefs reprogramming and archetypal coaching aligned with these exact energies. Thank you for being here. I'm super excited to share with you that I am a co-author in The Soul's Rising. And if you are interested in real life, genuine stories of women who have experienced so much to have their own personal awakenings, I'll pop the link below. Trust the timing. We are always exactly where it is that we are meant to be for our greatest growth. And sometimes that can feel really challenging and really uncomfortable. And the messaging is that you are not in this alone. Namaste, blessed be. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for commenting. And I look forward to seeing you again next week.